What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kwame back again with another video. The title of this video is going to be on why people still blaming Meg Thee Stallion on what happened to her. But it's simple. For starters, the no snitch culture is still very much alive and well in our community. Not to mention the fact this is a clear example to me of domestic violence. So, for those of you who don't know what happened, I'm going to give you a short breakdown. Allegedly, Meg Thee Stallion and that rapper Tory Lane got in an altercation, whether it was a domestic violence dispute or whatever, and he put out a gun and he shot her in the foot. I don't know if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but ain't that the same thing that Eddie Murphy did to Della Reese in Harlem Nights when he shot her in the pinky toe? I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion got shot in the pinky toe or not. However, I'm just saying it's eerily similar, which is crazy because that movie came out and it made it was kind of like a joke on which a man fighting an older black woman, and the older black woman kicked his ass. He was done. He was whooped, and his response to getting whooped by her was to pull his gun out, and he shot her in the foot. And I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion was getting the best of him in that argument or conflict or whatever they had at the time, that he felt the need that his only defense to get her off him or to prove his point was to pull a gun out and shoot her in the foot, which is kind of crazy because both these people millionaires. It's like y'all got $1 million money and y'all solving y'all conflicts like that. It's just crazy. That's like some hood ghetto shit. But just go to show it is what it is. When we talk about stop snitching, it got me to thinking about the interview that I saw a couple of years ago, and I know I'm dating myself with this one. With Cameron, he did an interview with the person that I want to say Anderson Cooper. I want to say the show was like 60 minutes. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. However, Anderson Cooper asked Cameron, and he said, if you knew of a person who was a serial killer living next door to you, would you tell the police? And Cameron's response to that was, he would just move. And I was like, it's a serial killer next door to you. Like, you don't care if he killed people. Not to mention the fact he might kill somebody that you love. It's like, you don't care nothing about that. So your response to having a serial killer next door to you is just moving. Some would say it's kind of like ironic after that he made that interview. He was involved in a, memory serves me, and some of you guys, y'all can look this up and find out more detail, that he was like robbed or shot at around that same time period. And true to his word, as far as I know, he stayed quiet. He didn't cooperate with the police to find out who was the people that robbed him, put a gun on him, all this other stuff. I'ma just be straight up with you. I'm not with the whole snitching thing. And the reason why I say that because the whole snitch culture is so misplaced now. It's like, if you're a law-abiding citizen and somebody break into your house, it's your duty, it's your right to call the police. Like, who the fuck is you protecting? You protected the people that broke into your house. You protected the people who might have robbed you. Like, if you're a law-abiding citizen, look, unless you want some Charles Bronson Death Wish type shit where you gonna walk around with a gun and try to police your community that way, and you take the law into your own hands like some Bernard Getz in New York, who was a subway vigilante killer and all that kind of stuff. Well, you see how it turned out for him and for Charles Bronson, by the way. And both those guys were white. So, people of color, the laws tend to go against you when you tend to want to try to, stand your ground and do all this other stuff. So, I'm just saying, right? Yeah, so the whole stop snitching thing was people involved in criminal activities. That's like if me and you, we out there doing what we do. be out on the block doing whatever we doing to get money, and I get knocked off. You get away. So the people ask me, who's with me, and they're gonna just give me a lesser sentence. You know who I'm thinking about though? I'm thinking about Tekashi 6ix9ine right now, for real, because that's exactly what he did. He was involved with criminal activity. Perfect example. The people's got all of them, and they got years. They got double digits, life sentences, whatever. He got 3 years. He's home right now making videos with Nicki Minaj. I'm just saying. Some would say snitching pays off in that regards, because look what happened. He still has his career still intact and all this kind of stuff, and everybody knows he snitched. He told everything that he could. You seen the memes? I saw the memes. Some were kind of good, some was kind of whack. I mean, especially when they were like, he told on everybody, like Ice Cube, Jim Jones, Cardi B. He was telling stuff that the people didn't want to. They didn't even want to know no more. They were like, look, man, just like, look, all right, thanks for sharing that, and then like. But like, damn, you know, and I'm a movie guy, so I'm thinking about another movie right now, and the other movie is The Town. When the FBI agent was going to, what's the guy's name? Oh man, I got it. Ben Affleck. And he went to Ben Affleck, and he said, look, I am going to, something to the effect of, he was going to put him in the cage or in a cell, and that he was going to be locked away for whatever time, and that he was gonna have to like slap him in order for him to stop telling, you know. And Ben Affleck's character in The Town was like, you know, he was like, nah, that's not gonna happen, boom, boom, boom. And for those of you seen the movie, you know how it ended. He ended up getting away, and he put a note on the FBI's agent car about something stupid about, I guess, the police car or whatever. But anyway, that's how Tekashi 6ix9ine was. He just told them everything. You know, he told them shit that, you know, they probably didn't even want to know. However, that's a prime example of what the whole stop snitching culture was about. If you in that lifestyle, you're in that the game, you're doing what you do, then yeah, you dead ass wrong for snitching on your crew. However, law-abiding citizen, never been in trouble with the police before in your life. You're a victim of a crime. You have every right to tell the authorities. Situation made the Stallion. It's crazy because in this day and age, with the way people feel about police, the way people feel about locking up black men or having encounters with the police, whether you are the victim or the perpetrator, or whether you're the victim or whatever, people just try to, especially people of color, we try to minimize our impact with the police as much as possible. So, with that in mind, I can see why initially she did what she did, where she didn't want to cooperate, and she even lied to him. She told them that she cut her foot on some glass, and that's how she got injured. I don't know how far along later on did the story come out in which she admitted to them that she was shot by Tory Lanez, and which was crazy because I do not know how the LAPD did not arrest this guy. I know he was arrested for possession of a firearm, but you would think that once she told them that he shot her in the foot, that he probably should have been arrested for, at the very minimal, use of a deadly weapon, or some sort of assault with a deadly weapon. You know, I don't know. Maybe those charges are still pending. So I'm going to just say all of this is alleged. So with that in mind, we're going to just move on to the next topic of domestic violence. Domestic violence, that's another thing that's rampant in our community, because a lot of times it is easy, and I definitely see why the whole victim blaming ideal and concept is pushed around about this narrative, because it's easy to say, well, why did Meg Thee Stallion deal with this guy, or why did she lie, and all of this other things of that nature. And the crazy thing about it, it don't matter. She's a victim, you know. In some cases, their lines is blurred. You don't really know exactly who was the aggressor or who was the victim or whatever. In this case, it's a clear distinction that she was the victim. She got shot in the foot. Whether he meant to do it or not is irrelevant. Whether she was spitting so much verbal venom at him that he couldn't take it no more, and that his only recourse to shut her up was to pull a gun out and shoot her in the foot, is irrelevant. You don't shoot people, period. Especially if you don't shoot people that aren't trying to hurt or kill you. And I mean, I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they kept going over and over again about saying how Tory Lane, we shouldn't have to tell you, don't shoot Meg Thee Stallion. I'm saying you shouldn't have to tell a person, don't shoot nobody that's not trying to harm or kill you. That's where I draw the line. It's like, if a person not trying to harm or kill you, there ain't no reason to pull your gun out. And it definitely ain't no reason to shoot a woman in the foot that's not trying to harm and kill you. That's just ridiculous. That's just crazy. I don't know what's just going on with this guy. I hope he gets the help that he needs, because obviously he needs some. And my prayers goes out to Tory Lane. I mean, yeah, my prayers goes out to Meg Thee Stallion as well, because getting shot is really traumatic, and I can only imagine how she might feel about this whole ordeal. So, with that said, like, subscribe to my video, and I'll kick off another one later on. In your comments though, please include different topics in which you want me to talk about. This is not just my channel, it's your channel as well, and I want you guys to feel comfortable enough being able to come to me and talk to me about anything and just ask questions, and if I have any answer for you, I definitely look forward to giving it to you. Peace out.